Hello and welcome back to Carnation Crafts. I'm Dawn Wheeler and I'm going to be taking you through this next hour. Now, as you know, this is the time when we launch our clean and simple range with Carnation Crafts, and it is a phenomenal range. If you've not seen it before, this is the most beautiful Radiant Petals collection. It's an individual collection that we bring to you with its own set of dies, its own purpose-picked cardstock. You're going to get the artwork with it as well to make the most exquisite cards, projects with it as well. But as you can see, we've got a special deal on this today. It's normally $49.99, but not today. $44.99 is the price that you will pay. Hop over to the website, carnationcrafts.co.uk, and everything is on there. The item number is 241012. Now, for a lot of you, I know you collect your clean and simple range. This is your time now to have a little look and a little insight into what you are actually getting. I'm going to pinch this one. Thank you, Miss Tasmin. Tasmin is with me as always, so good afternoon now, isn't it, Tasmin? Good afternoon, should I say, not good morning, good afternoon. It's gone that quick. Clean and simple always comes in the most amazing packaging. As you can see, everything is labelled so you know which collection it is. You've even got a hint of the colourway that's on there as well. Now with this collection, you have got that beautiful new colour scheme. You're going to get everything on the inside. Think of this like a business in a box, but also think of this as your inspiration. Everything is in here as a foundation to make the most exquisite cards possible. Now, the idea behind Clean and Simple is to be able to have a clean cut, a clean design, but also to have all your apertures pre-sized and done for you. So no more measuring, which I absolutely love, and I know a lot of you do. This will therefore then elevate your cards, give you that style, give you that elegance, but also you can see you've got other factors in there too. Now you are going to get the floral element as always with the collections. Then you'll get your decoupage layers in there too. You've got your sentiment banners in there. You've got even more added extras into here, but a lot of metal for your money from the word go and inspiration. Now, as we move towards the back here, look at this. Cardstock is then hidden away at the back. You will then get, with this one, you get 5 sheets of this beautiful aubergine colour that we've got there, or eggplant if you're in America. Got that lovely dark purple shade, 350 GSM, so a really heavyweight for boxes, construction, but yet it will still die cut. It's got a colour core, so no horrible white centre to this one. It's pure colour all the way through. But then you will also then get 10 sheets of the blush rose, and this has got a real hint of a tint. It's got a very, very soft pink running through this. And honestly, it's so subtle, but the blend and the warmth gives it such a beautiful colour. 250 GSM, so optimum weight for die cutting and things like that. But that is your cardstock that you have got there. This all slides in the back, so storage-wise, this is ideal as well. Once you get the artwork, which is obviously free to download from Carnation Crafts website, you can pop that in the back of there as well. So it's all in there, all encased and all housed, ready to go. Then this side, you've got the pocket with your adhesive, which we'll look at in a moment, but in here you have got your background stamps that match and coordinate with the embossed detail there. So if you did want to overstamp or you wanted to make a different background, you can do that. You've also got your stem here, so if you wanted to take some of your flowers, you could put some of those on there. This also looks great as foliage, stamped in a really light beige or a soft grey or something like that as a backdrop as well. You've got 11 of the sentiment stamps on there, and we'll go through these in a minute on the board so you can have a close-up look of these. But again, pre-sized to match with the sizes of obviously the frames, the cartouche frames that you've got there, to really give you that sentiment style. You've got 5 meters on here of the 5mm adhesive foam on a roll, so you've got that in that little pocket. Then you've also got your foam pads, 2 different sizes. You've got your 10mm and you've got your 5mm, and these are all easy peel, so no struggling anymore, top quality, but again, all in the case of the package. So all you've got now to do is then start creating. This is your Clean and Simple, the latest addition to the family that we have got to show you. But I've also got the boards. So let's have a close-up look at the boards. Did you like that? Sleight of hand. We're like a magic.
Gave you a little wink, to be honest.
It was like some sort of magic collection there. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about. Look at the embossed detail that you are going to get with that embossed die that's in your collection. It gives you that soft, subtle look on there, but again, it's detail without, you know, taking it away from everything else. Look at the perfect matting and layering you're going to get with this, and the perfect apertures. Look at these. I love these because, again, you can use them together, you can use them separately, you can actually rotate that round and it becomes a ribbon on a present and things like that. You've got your foliage, you've got your decoupage layers, but these ones I think you could actually use as little butterflies on your project. So do start looking at things in different ways as well. Altogether, this is what you can make and create with your clean and simple kit. So if you just want to make multiples of these, then do that. But you know, here at obviously Carnation Crafts, we like to give you that much more inspiration. So the design team ideas and everything else is available on Facebook if you want to have a look on there too. But look how fabulous this is. Make and sell as many as you like. Now, these are the sentiments that are on there as well. You've got all my love, happy birthday, you're blooming lovely, thinking of you, in our hearts, to a special friend, get well soon. You've got hugs and kisses, have a wonderful day, happy birthday, you're the best. And like I say, this is what the stamp looks like. And you can see it's a good size stamp as well. So depending on what colours you do that in and use that, that will give you a really good background stance to be able to use on your projects. But clean and simple for me is the little black dress of craft. This will give you that inspiration. It will give you that education then to be able to take it to a different level. And you can see with the cards, you can use it landscape, you can use it portrait, you can use it any way you want to give you that beautiful detail that's on there. Now look at these. Different designs, different ways. This was one that I did in the last hour if you missed, just to show you the comparison. Look at that. We must have both had a similar sort of idea that day. Using the aperture, not using the aperture, using it and stylising it and cutting it away into different ideas. You can do them all with this collection. If you just want an aperture like a see-through card, look how beautiful that is. That is absolutely stunning. But this is how then you can take your cards to the next level by using your clean and simple range. But you don't just have to use it with that. Let's give you some inspiration using some of the other items that you may have from Carnation Crafts. Like this one's a little bit fancy mouse and the ballet shoes. Look at this. Bringing all of these in. The little mouse with the gin bottle. He is just precious. He absolutely is. Then you've got the wonderful world. Look at that one. For the guys' cards, this is going to work for those too. But just having that designer shape, making your cards different, giving you that inspiration and that different shape. Look at that. How incredible these are. But if you're wanting to make those, you are going to need the latest edition, the Radiant Petals, I would say purples, Petals from Carnation Craft. As you can see, you're going to get everything in the box to make the most amazing cards. 241012 on that one. $44.99 is the show price, and over 50% of the stock has already gone on this. This is only our second live hour, so you know, repeats in between. A lot of people go on and have a look in between the hours that we're live, and also on YouTube. A lot of you watch this back, but don't wait too long because this one could slip away as well. Don't forget as well, with this collection we have also got a corresponding cardstock. Let me show you this one. This is the beautiful, that lovely purple tone that is in your kit, but I know a lot of you have really liked this. Over 30% of the stock of this one has now gone. Like I say, it is the colour of the season. Even my nails match with this one. This is what we're talking about. $14.99 for the show price on this. You're getting 20 sheets of this, and this is the Radiant Petals cardstock. 241021 for this one. And again, really busy on that, so thank you for joining us again today. Now, can I just show you this before we start? Now, this card, look at this. So, obviously it folds flat, but look at that. Just using the two panels and then adding in the little side panels to it, but it will fold flat and go in an envelope. How creative is that? And this has got the into summer flowers in there. I say, Sue, well done. Beautiful card, and it is absolutely stunning. The design team are incredible. Have a look on Facebook, and obviously have a look on there, and you can use their cards for inspiration. Like I say, any of mine, you can copy them to the letter. I don't mind. Yes, Miss Tasman.
And something that doesn't get spoken about enough
What's that?
is anybody who uses Pinterest. We do have a Pinterest account.
Oh, we've got a Pinterest board. So if you do go on Pinterest or you've never heard of it, it's free to join. Yes, you have to put your email in, but just put an email in. But you can go on, and there's inspiration for everything. But Carnation Crafts, they've got a special page on there, and you can go back and look through all the previous collections. Everything is on there. So do have a look at that. You know, sometimes at night when you just sat, there's nothing on TV, just have a little look. And you can see on there. Should we do a demonstration? Yeah. Shall we do that? Let me find one. So this one's got a proper little bag. So this one, like I say, the trials and tribulations of finding bags this week has just been unbelievable. So let's take this out. So I've got all my bits pre-cut, as always, just to save a little bit of time, because a lot of you know how to use your cuts. Now with this one, I want to make obviously an easel card with it, using a different shape, using a different design to try and help you that you don't just have to keep your cards as they are. You can do so many different other things, okay? So what I've done is cut 2. I've scored about, I would say, about 1/2 inch and just put a score line. Then the rest of it that I'd got left, because I don't measure, I literally took that and made sure that was half, okay? So it's equal measurements all the way through. I'm going to take some of my glue and pop a little bit of this so it's drying. Low water content, so this is going to dry really, really quickly on here. So I'm just going to add this to the front of my card like so. And that's just going to sit just there. So that's really, really easy. So let that dry when it's leveled up. Pop that into place, and that already is my easel card. Okay, so we've got those there. Then what I did was take the extra mats and layers. So I've taken an extra one of the base ones because I need that to go onto there. And then what I've done is cut my layers. But this one, I've actually put foam on the roll on there just to give that a little bit more height and dimension, because obviously it's a stand-up card. We want it to protrude a little bit more. So we'll start layering these up onto here. But this is where then, you know, if you wanted to, I know I've cut this out in cardstock, but if you wanted to cut this out of any of your pattern cardstocks or your pattern papers that you've got from Carnation Crafts, you could also use those. But I'm using obviously what's in the kit. But you can then take this to so many different levels, because I think the top layer as well, if you cut that in pattern paper, that could look really beautiful. The downloads perhaps you've even got from Carnation Crafts, you know, use a little bit of those. Now, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the glue onto this bit, because I need this bit to be drying as well. So we're just going to pop that onto there like so. And then what I am going to do is just slot this over the top, because I need it to align and just to sit. So that's going to glue and adhere to that piece. So just square that up, make sure it's lined up on there like so. So that works beautifully well on there. So leave that to dry. So that more or less looks how we did the first card, or any of the cards from the first bit of inspiration. But then you'll see now we can make this stand up. Okay, so we've got that there. Let's take some of the extra bits, and again, sometimes I do tend to crease these a little bit to give them a little bit more dimension. And because we've got the foam on the roll behind there, I can start working and adding a little bit of detail in there, but that sits beautifully in there, the balance and the perspective. If you wanted to put it underneath and then put the layer on top, you can do that. But with this, what I would recommend doing is putting your foam pads in different places, in the different heights, or also with your glue gel. Take a little bit of that, throwing these about now. Take a little bit of that and just add it in areas just to give that height and dimension with those as well. So just add in a little bit of my glue gel. I'm just going to slot that into there like so. So it looks like it's actually growing and weaving through there. I'm going to take the other decoupage elements and I can pop these onto here and layer these up. Now I am being a proper decoupagist this time. I am adding the proper bits where they should be going. So with this, I'm just adding in, because I've cut these little bits off, and I'm just going to add extra little pieces into there. And you can see I just literally cut that bit out because I wanted it to extend out to make it look a bit fuller at the bottom. But that's just personal preference. You can do whatever you want to do. And like I say, I love to see your inspiration and, you know, the feedback that we get with the kits, what you've done with it as well. So that's very important to myself and the team to see what you do with it as well. But you can see with these kits, once you've got them, the inspiration will just keep flowing. Keep a little notebook at the side of you, because you will get so many different ideas when you work it. You think, oh, I want to do this next, I want to do that next. Just scribble your idea down, your drawing of what you want it to look like, and have it in a book ready. That's what I always used to do, especially like if I'm designing for, you know, shows and things. I'll have a book at the side of me and just draw like a basic square and do that. Now I wanted to show you this. So when you cut your apertures out, you always get these little scrap pieces. Okay, so with these, you will have these to add to your cards and in different elements. Now for me, it was a little bit too long. So all I've done is just snipped into it a little bit. Can you see? And all we're going to do is just replicate that onto this side, just to give it a little bit more of a balance on the card. But, you know, don't be frightened to use the scrap pieces as well. We've got all of those, you know, in there, so use all the little bits. Now with this, yes, you could rubber stamp onto it if you wanted to. You know, you make it work for yourself. So I'm just going to put that onto there. What I'm going to do is then just add this piece to this side. So just let your glue dry. Don't get giddy like I do and start moving it all about. So using that there, I'm going to pop that one just there, and that's going to sit that side. Okay, so already we're getting the balance and we're replicating that. Then I have got my little sentiment that I've stamped out. A little bit there, just tape's a little bit long, so let's just snip that off and then add this onto here. But again, always stamp them first and then align your die cut shape around it. You'll find it a lot easier. Now this is just going to sit there, so can you see it just gives it a little bit of a format this side. We're going to add a little bit of detail here. So my sentiment is just going to overhang slightly, so it kind of looks a little bit like a cross. That was my thought. So again, it could be for a sympathy card, but this one is for an anniversary. But you know, like for wedding cards, it also looks like a banner as well. Then obviously we've got this bit and we need to make this stand up. This is where, again, your waist bits can come in and you can use that then to sit at the bottom. So you've got all of those as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue onto here to stick that onto there, and then I am going to use the 3D foam on a roll as well. So let me get a little piece of that, and what we're going to do is just use a little bit of this on the back, and this then is just going to give me a little bit of height to make sure then that the card stays open. So just snip those little bits away, and you can see this lifts really well. I don't even need it. Now, need to get serious with you, a bit of a wheeler warning. 65% of the stock of this has now gone. Super busy as always with this one, you know that, but 65%, that's a massive jump from when we left you at 50% of the stock had gone when we left you at 11 o'clock. So you can see how quickly this is moving. People are obviously coming in from work, people are obviously tuning in now, so make sure you don't miss out on yours. Pop over to carnationcraft.co.uk, and on there you will find the Radiant Petal collection in the Clean and Simple collection. This is the latest one, 241012. So bit of a warning there for you. So I'm just going to put my tape across there. So this is why I like this one, because you've got all these edges. Can you see? You've got all these edges. Oh, hang on, I need to press it down, Wheeler, and stick it. Bear with, because everything's wet. You know, normally at home you do all this when it's dry. So stick that there. That will stand up. So can you see how you've got the formation of the shape going all the way round? So you've got this side, it goes round, and then you've got the elevation using like the waist pieces there. Just gives you a different look. I wanted to show you a different design, but again, that will fit flat and it will still go in the same size envelope. You're not looking to find a different shape or height of envelope. And I think for guys' cards and things like that, it's showing you that you are going to have that nice detail on there as well. You could line the inside with the dark purple to give you a lining or something like that, but I just think with that you have got that exquisite look with it. Hopefully you like that as much as I do. But these kits, so easy to work with, and you can make and sell, and that's what it's all about. Let's give you a little bit more inspiration and show you a few more designs. But look at this, going wild, refreshing and treat yourself collection. Oh, we could all do with a cocktail or a piece of cake, I think, today. That's how we're feeling. Look at this with the giraffes. Now this is great because again, this has got your Dreamland Safari on it, and it's taking the card blank bases but putting one on its side. Can you see? So it gives you that elevation. It's all about shapes and dimension, and look how different that looks. It looks fantastic. Adding in as well different elements that you've got, making the banner extend over. This is what I'm saying, don't be frightened to cross the lines sometimes with your shapes and your formation to give it a different look. A lot of you have got little flowers left from a lot of the different kits. Bring them in, add them in, and make this look incredible. But you can see there, look how beautiful and stunning that is. I love how then they've used like the little, where the embossing is, they've actually put like little gem bits on there. So it does look incredible and stylish with those. Sympathy cards, wedding cards, birthday cards, any time of year cards, this is going to work for you. But look how beautiful they are to actually be used, those. Now, if you are looking at the cardstock and you are thinking, right, I need extra cardstock to make this kit look incredible, I would highly recommend that you pop this into your basket. It's that beautiful dark aubergine colour, that beautiful eggplant colour. 20 sheets of that of your A4 size card, $14.99. So honestly, go get that because that is absolutely beautiful. And don't forget your artwork is free, so go and download that as well at the same time and have it printed out ready for when your kit arrives. Let's put those there. Should we do another little demonstration, Miss Taz?
Yes.
Yes.
But I would just like to say hello to some people first.
Oh, yes, let's do that.
So from Facebook, we've got Karen who's saying good afternoon.
Good
everyone.
afternoon.
Rachel's saying good afternoon. We've got Jackie saying hi, and we've got Pearl she's just ordered hers now.
Wow, well done, because 65% of the stock is now gone. You really have got to start moving on this one. If you like this, you need to do so.
And then we have got Mark Kreisman over on YouTube who said, I am Carnation Crafts obsessed.
Bless him.
But I
that's
especially
lovely.
love the Clean and Simple line. Good for when I need to make quick, mindless card making, and for when I want to do some mindful, more creative cards.
This is it. It's the platform, it's the foundation, whereas like sometimes, you know, when you've got to make a card, but you haven't got the inspiration, you haven't got that idea, it's there for you. Then you can embellish, you can add to it, but if you just want it clean and simple and pure and elegant, this is what you can achieve. The two finished samples there, you can see one's got a little bit of stamping behind, the other one's got a different kit that obviously you may have used in the past, but it works so well. That's what the pure and simple are. These are like the add-ons. These are the slot-ins that we bring into you. And don't forget, we do the larger size ones as well, the plus size ones, and they're an extra bit. So sometimes when you want to treat yourself to something, but you don't want to have to go out and buy loads of different cardstocks, papers and everything else, you've got it all in one kit. And that's why they are so, so popular. Now, let's do another little demonstration, shall we? I don't know which one I've got in this bag. It could be a surprise. No, I'm not doing that one. I want to do this one. Now, you know me, I start looking at things, I start cutting things, I start doing something a bit different. Now, this one, I've done a double aperture. Double. I thought we'd go big or go home, as they say. So, if you're looking at this thinking, well, how's she done that one? Okay, let's take this out. I'm going to get my die from my set and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So, you will cut your mats and layers as normal. Not a problem. You will do that. Then, what you're going to do is you will then take your die as normal and you will die cut. So, you'll have one bit this side. But then you're thinking, I need that side. If you take your cardstock, once you've obviously die cut once, flip it over, pop it on the other side and literally press it back in. I know this has got foam tape on, but I'll show you the best I can. Tuck it back in the best you can. And even if you want to use a little bit of low tack tape and just tuck that back in, that's how then you will get a double aperture. So cut one like so. Then if you flip your cardstock over, you will get an aperture on the second side. So that's how you get a two-piece aperture. So again, different. At the bottom, you could have your sentiment. At the top, you could have the florals. You could have it that way. I just thought it was a little bit different for you. So you know me, if I can come up with something, I will always share and show you. So let's put this together. So obviously that's going to be my card blank base. And then what I've got here is these two. Now with this one, because obviously I'm wanting my card to stand up and be more like that, then this side I would recommend that this is where you put your score line in. Please do use a scoreboard. You know me, I like to just get on with it and show you. So a score line in this side, but this cardstock is such a good way you can instantly do that with any of these. So I put a score line in one. We are going to then adhere and glue that onto there. So let's just pop this onto there. A little bit of the wet glue, because again, you've got wiggle room, you've got wiggle time, and then once this is actually adhered and fastened, you have then got a fantastic card. Hang on, that way. Don't wheeler. I think we need food. There we go. So just pop that onto there. So then obviously you've got your card. This is now going to open and move. Then we're going to start putting your mats and layers on there as well. So using the foam on a roll, this is going to give me height. It's going to give me dimension. And it's also going to make sure then I've got that little bit of spacing between one base and the next one, so it's elevating and lifting your card. So again, you can see there I've got my card. This layer, definitely put your foam tape on, because again you want that spacing on there, because I wanted it to kind of, got to bear with me with this one, but I kind of saw it like a church, that kind of feel with it, so like the church windows and things like that, but that was just in my little tiny head. Everybody sees things different, but I wanted it as a little bit more. But I did think as well, if you're doing, you know, like teenager cards and things like that, it's got that kind of robot look as well. So if you did like different things with it, you can really change this up. So I've got all my extra little pieces, and I'm going to then start slotting these in to here as well. So this is just going to give me that little bit of height and elevation, but I've used two pieces in this because again I wanted it to trail, I wanted it to look a little bit more. Again, just shape this, and sometimes, you know, if you want your flowers just to shape out a little bit more, then just snip the bits in between, and that's where then you can pull it forward. So if you're tucking something in behind, you want it to give it a little bit more formation forward, you can do that too. So just add in this in onto here. This is just going to be my back piece just there, and what I am then going to do is then, as you can see, I've took that bit off there, I've cut that bit off because this bit is going to sit at the front. So we're kind of like working backwards, so to give as much volume at the front as we can. So just popping this onto there. So you can see that's just going to sit in there and give that little bit of difference. But I like it because you've got that little bit of colour coming through as well. Then I've got my second piece, and again I've left this piece because I wanted to show you, this is what I sometimes do, is obviously you've got the elements where you can cut and just snip into this, and because you've got the pips that are holding it, you can just take bits out that you need. Like I just want that bit, I want to snip that bit out so that's a little bit shorter, and then I can thread that in. So we're building it and decoupaging it, but in a slightly different way. But you know, everybody's different, everybody has different techniques and different styles, and this is just going to be your style. So hopefully it will give you the confidence to think, do you know what, I am going to cut into that, I am going to make it work for me, and just do so. I'm just layering this up so then it's really full in there. And all I'm doing here again is putting glue at the bottom, but I'm tucking it in the top. So can you see how that's really, you know, poised forward? I'm just adding a little bit of height behind this. So this is a really full one, but I think go big or go home. I say do the fullness, add all the extra bits into it. That's what they're there for, and then you'll get the most amazing design when you put these together. Now I think that's enough. I've then got my little sentiment that is then going to sit this side, and because obviously at the moment it's just looking like we've got two separate, really separate panels, what I am going to do is then I'm going to actually pop this so it goes across there, so it spans. So at this point now, think of this like you've got a dress, but if you put a belt on it, it then pulls it all together. This is just going to bring it all together and give you that little bit of shape and form on this side. So this is where then on here, I'm just going to add this on there. Yes, if you want to add a few gems or something like that, you could add a couple of gems down this side. Perhaps I'd put 3 there just to give it that little bit of balance, and 2 in that corner. If you want to get the enamel dots we've got on the website, you can get those as well. But as you can see, that again gives you, let me fold that back, that gives you a different style and stance of card that again is going to be a beautiful thing for you to have and to give to anybody. Do make sure your glue's dry, because again mine's sliding and my sentiments like, oh look at that, that's not good, is it, Tasmin? Mr. Markle had me undrawn and quartered. There we go. Still slightly sliding, bear with it, but it's to give you that idea. And again, you can make a double aperture if you want to with this one. You've got it all there. But honestly, clean and simple is the way forward, especially in crafting. You can bring it into so many other factors, so many other ranges. This really will give you that chance and that time to experience it. And you know, some days we all need that little bit of inspiration and creativity. This will be there for you. $44.99 is the show price today on this amazing kit that has everything in it for you. You've got your adhesives in there, you've got your dies, you've got rubber stamps. It's a kit that will grow with you. So if you're not into rubber stamping yet, this is something that's there for you. But even the stamps that are in there are pre-sized to make sure they work and coordinate with this kit immensely. So 241012 if you're wanting to get this one. This is your clean and simple Radiant Petals card making kit. If you also want to get the coordinating cardstock because you don't want to run out, you don't want to be short of it, then we do have that as well. You're getting 20 sheets. We've been very, very busy for this one as well. $14.99 is the show price. Pop that in your basket as well, and then you know you've got full colour choice spectrum with this to keep working with it as well. So it's all there on the website for you. Can we do another little demo?
Can we see some more?
Oh, do you want to see some more samples? Okay, let's do that. Sorry, I do apologise. So you can see we've got so many fabulous cards. Look at these. So you can use it landscape, you can use it portrait, you can use it different ways around. You might want the V at the bottom rather than at the top. You can do that as well. But look at these. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Adding in factors that you've got from other kits, so it could be a little bit of lace border that you've got in one of your dies. The balloons look incredible, the number 1. But even down to your Halloween, if you want something a bit quirky, you've got those there. A lot of the flowers that you've got, if you've got them on USBs and things like that, obviously you scan and cut, you can cut them out. They are going to fit with this as well. So it's not all about just using this. That you'll find that this is your platform, your base, where you can take it to a different level now with your fantastic kit. I love that. That to me is pure, clean and simple right there. You have got that beautiful elegance to that. And how fabulous does that look? You know, if you go in certain department stores, you can pay a hefty price. And normally you probably get, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10 in a box. And look, they'll be £15 just for those, as something as simple as that. You can see these obviously have been made to look like tags. They're actually the little bits that you cut out the aperture. So again, you've got all those extra pieces on there. Look at like this. It could be Valentine's Day. That's not that far away now, you know. So you've got Valentine's Day, your Christmas cards. It will work for everything. You're getting a bit panicky then, Tasmin. I nearly called you Jasmine. I don't know where I got Jasmine from.
Wow. How long have you known me?
Yeah. Jasmine, Tasmin, Masmin. I change her names. It's fine. I'll just call her Jean. That works for me. You know, you can have a wonderful day, but if you just want to make cards from this kit like this, you have everything in the box, apart from obviously your die cutting machine, obviously. But you have even got the adhesives. You can download the artwork for free. This is all free on the download section on Carnation Crafts. Just look for the name, obviously the Clean and Simple Kit name of the Radiant Petals, and you will see it there on the website. Everything is there for you. But look how tremendous these are. This is your own little business if you want it to be. Personalising it, customising it. But look how gorgeous they are. So again, clean and simple. This is your Radiant Petals collection right here for you now. But like I say, over 65% of the stock has now gone of this. This is only the second live hour. And I know when a lot of you get in from work, if you've been at work all day, will be a little bit, let me see if it's still there. Order yours now and don't miss out on this one. Now, I am changing it up a little bit this time. I am using, Tasmin's going to curse me, lots of little bits from different collections.
Yeah.
So I've got little balloons, I've got a little mouse, I've got flags, I've got little bits. Because sometimes I get the little bits that are left over, you see, from demonstrations. So I'm like, oh, I'll use those. But I never know what the names of the kits are. They're just little bits that I get. So I wanted to show you how gorgeous this is. The bunting, you've got the balloons. I've got no idea, Tasman.
I know.
I did have a look on the website, but I've got no idea.
I know what it is.
Do you? Oh, Tasman knows.
You got it all from one collection.
Have I? Oh, that's good then.
Have I? Summer Cascades is the collection that Wheeler is using.
That's what I'm using. So if you've got that at home and you've got like I say, little bits, because like I say, I get the little bits that are left over sometimes. So I'll be like, I'll take those. And to me, it's a little bit like a challenge, because then I'm like, I can do something with that and I can make it look different. So that's what this card is all about. Again, foam on the roll. I've cut out my layers. I've just downsized in each layer of the, obviously, dies. And we're just going to pop this all onto here like so. So this is just going to sit on there. Let me turn this around so I know the shape-wise what we're doing. And then I can take this off. And you can see this is going to be fab. But it's using things that you've already got, and I do think that is the magic of being able to use that with the clean and simple ones for sure. Now you can see I've got all my little bits. We're going to start bringing these in, and I'm going to start adding these to my front of my card. Never commit to the stick if you're never sure. Always try and have a little, you know, play about with them. Like for me, the bunting, that just cried out for that little bit of bunting to go across there. Can you see already? You're starting to get that inspiration. You're getting those ideas. And this is just fabulous. Yes, you could just put it down one side, but I just thought that screamed out for that. Yes, Miss Tasman?
Well, the card shape itself would suit a larger homemade bunting.
Yep, you can put, you don't have to cut the panel out. You could use it that way, and you could put like an M on it and put Merry Christmas. You could cut all that out, and because you've got your mats and layers, you don't have to use the aperture. That could be Christmas bunting, it could be birthday bunting. You've got a lot of potential as always with this. There's so much thought gone into it. Let me turn that round the right way. So let's start building this up, shall we? So again, I've got my little wooden bit. This was off a little wooden fence bit, but I cut it down to make it work for me. So we're just going to sit that just there. But you can see these are so pretty and so beautiful. Now with this bit I needed a little bit of foliage, so we're going to use a little bit of this, because this again spans the two together. So all I'm going to do is add this onto there. So you can see already it's starting to weave itself together. I've got that little bit of a backdrop there. I've also got, yes, Miss Tasman.
Sorry, just...
No, do it.
Wojciech has just messaged in again, and she said, I ordered my kit on the first show and got an email saying it's already on its way.
Wow, that's fantastic. Oh, well done. See, Carnation Crafts, they've got it. They know. They are fabulous on postage, I have to say. Getting stuff dispatched as fast as they can. So my bunting is going to sit there. If I can just get it to... Oh, hang on. It's lively today, this bunting. There we go. So that's just going to sit there. I've then got a few extra bits that I'm going to bring in there. And can you see with the corner that it's all about joining elements? I use that to join those two together. I'm going to use this piece then to join that corner so everything works together there. So add in the little bits. Let's put a bit of glue on my mat now. And I'm going to use my little applicator because they've got little tiny areas. This is the best way because then you're not going to use too much glue. Plus, you can get in those little areas without getting glue everywhere. So just pick up a little bit of this, pop this onto there, and this is then going to give you that little bit of detail on there too. So just add that there. I've got one of the little baskets as well that we're going to use. I've got my little mouse. He's having a right old time. He's sat there looking up, having the best time ever. So let's just shape him. I'm going to use a little bit of glue gel because he's not flat. So let's give him a little bit of a curve and a shape. And he's sat on there, he's sat on the grass, he's having the best time ever. So he's just sat there. Then I've cut the bit that came off the top, I'm going to add this bit back in there. Can you see? So then that's bringing all that together. So let's just take this off. Sometimes I will spend probably about 10-15 minutes just laying this out. I'll take a photograph on my of my card on my phone, so I know what my layout is. So then I can look at it and think, yep, I'm happy with that. The visual of it is great. That's what I want to do. And then that's how I put my cards together. We're all different. We all do it different ways, but that's kind of like how I do it. So hang on, I'll move that up a little bit now. So I've got my little basket. Got my little flowers that are going to sit in there. But it's all about tucking, cutting and adding bits into there as well. I've got my little balloons. I'm going to actually put those behind there. So use these. But the sizing is incredible because obviously these are from different ranges. But look how well it slots in and fits in with all of this. So this mouse is having a great old time on his birthday. So just pop in a little flag in there. Can you see how that's joining that into there? I've got another little flag. We're going to pop this on the other side. It's all about balance. That's all you've got to remember with your cards. If you ever look at it and think, that doesn't look right, it can literally be just the balance that you're not kind of getting right. Now, obviously, this is now top heavy, bottom heavy, shall we say. It's all in that corner. We need something here, can you see, to bring that back into perspective. Because if I put this here, or I use this there, can you see it's too heavy this side? Again, don't commit to the stick, always have a play about. Can you see how that now balances it all out and gives it that beautiful leveling on there? That's what you've got to do with your cards. That comes with time. It comes with practice and things like that. I don't expect you all to, you know, instantly know. But if it wasn't a sentiment, sometimes take one of your embellishments. I know this isn't right, but I want to show you. Just sometimes adding a little butterfly there or a couple of extra flowers in can then just balance it. I know they're not the right ones. I'm trying to show you perspective-wise, you know, different things that you can bring in. But a little bit of a sentiment, especially these with a sizing. What more could you ask for? This is going to sit so precise and beautiful on your cards. So just take a little bit of this, tuck that in, and you can see again, I'm letting that overhang. And I love that the points are like the point on the bunting. So again, it's about shape, it's about design. We've got the little sharp bits there, we've got those there. But once it's all together, it softens those lines. And that again will give you that. Now, if you ever do what I do, let me show you. I've made one of my daft cards, right? So I glued it at the bottom because I'm daft, okay? If you ever do that, what I want you to do, I'm going to turn that over. I know it's not glued. It's not going to sit. Take this bit, fold this in half, like that. If you ever do this, fold that back. And then on the back, you know the pieces that you've got spare, I would just put a bar across there. And that will actually make your card stand up. Can you see? You can use that. Tasmin's little face. She was like, what? So look, if you ever do that, just fold it in half. That will actually hold your card. And you can stand it up and you can do that. So you haven't ruined it. It's just a change of direction. And you can go in and then that will be your stand on the back of your card. So I hope that helps you get out the little situations that I sometimes get in as well. So look at that. Totally different artwork, totally different imagery, but it works. So don't be frightened to, you know, experiment and try. If you're never sure, cut all your pieces out first. You know, your card blanks, don't stick it together and just position it and lay bits on like I've done. And honestly, you will be surprised how many bits you've got left in a little box or a file you can take out and use. So hopefully that has helped you with your clean and simple to make your choice, to make the decision to get your kit. It's a fabulous design. You know, we come probably once every month, every 6 weeks and bring you these. They've just grown and grown and grown. You don't have to have them all by all means, but I know a lot of you do because you collect them. But if this is your first time, you have got everything in that kit to make this work. So then you have got those beautiful elements on there. So you've got those amazing, incredible designs for you there too. $44.99 is the show price. So do pop over and get those on the website. Yes, I've done all three. So let me have a look. I'm going to show you a few more examples. So let's put that to one side. Let's show you some of these. Now, like I say, this is just with the kit. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And because the card is top heavy, if you wanted to, then obviously score halfway along there and you will see then you've got that design on there and that will look amazing. The open work of this one, look how incredible that looks as well. I love that. Just 2 cut through with the apertures, that's going to look beautiful. You've then got that design on there. Look at this. But like I say, landscape, portrait, it doesn't matter. You can mix these up. I like this one because they've dressed the actual V on there. So again, it softens it. It's a totally different look. And remember, white space is the new space. I've been telling you that now for months. Don't be frightened of a white space because sometimes that's what can make your cards look sophisticated. It gives you that purity to your cards and makes them look the clean and simple way. Now let's go through the box set. So if you have just joined us, where have you been? You've missed lots. This is your clean and simple. This is your fantastic latest collection from them. Everything is in your box set. You've even got the name of the kit on the front and you always get a hint of the colorways that are in there. So you've got like that darker purple and then you've got that pale pink. Some have got lemons and blues on it. It makes it easy then to distinguish which ones are which. On the inside, on the left hand side, always are your dies. You've got perfect alignment of mats and layers. You always get the perfect aperture if you need to do that because this can be the hardest thing. On a basic square card, doing an aperture is quite easy, but doing it on shapes like this, circles, we've brought you all different shapes along the way, it is very difficult. You've even got an embossed detail if you're wanting to use that. You can actually use a little sponge and you can stencil through that as well if you want to do that. You've got the perfect little frames as well that you can use. You can use those as tag ribbons on your cards, but also if you wanted to, they work really well on the Christmas cards as well. You've got your decoupage layers to be able to mix and match those to give you that lovely look. You've then also got your stamps in here. You've got the foliage, the beautiful florals that coordinate with the embossing detail. Use this on its own, use it together. You know, once you've stamped it in a soft colour, put little gems or dewdrops in the centre of the flowers. It's going to look beautiful. Then you've got your foliage. So if you did want to overstamp then and use little bits on that, you can do that. But also the decoupage bits you've got here, you can pop those onto there. Gives you a different look as well. You've also then got 11 stamps in there, your sentiment stamps to be able to use. You're also going to get 5 meters of your foam on a roll. You're going to get your 10mm size adhesive foam pads, and you're also going to get your 5mm. And right at the back, this is the beauty of the kit and the design. You have got the beautifully coordinated cardstock. You've got this lovely dark aubergine colour of the season. This is one of the colours. You know, if you wanted to, you could always mix this with grey cardstock and things like that. It'd look incredible. But you get 5 of those, and then in this side, you then get the 10 sheets in there of the blush rose in there too, which has got a very, very soft pink hue to it. Works incredibly well. Doesn't look cold. It will give you that beautiful blush shade through there. This all sits at the back. I would definitely recommend that when you've printed out your free artwork off the website, pop that in the back of there as well. So when you put this away, you know you've always got the printed off artwork to go in the back so you can die cut it straight away. Everything is in the box. That's all you have to do is purchase this today, and this then will give you the cleanest, the simple and the most easiest way to make cards. You can take it to whatever level you want, but if you need this one, you need to be on the website quickly. Over 65% of the stock has gone. 241012 for that one. $44.99 is the price on this. We also have got the coordinating cardstock too, if you wanted to get that, because I know this has been really popular this hour as well, because this gives you even more of that beautiful aubergine coloured cardstock. At $14.99, you've got 20 sheets on there as well. Now, obviously, this is the time where we give you all the updates. Don't forget that obviously on Hobby Maker this Sunday at 6 p.m, our lovely, will it be Carla? No, it'll be
It will be
Clean and simple. It will be clean and simple on Hobby Maker at 6 p.m. So do make sure you check that out on Sunday night. Everything will be there for you. But then obviously we have got lots of different things to go through the rest of the time here on Carnation Crafts TV. And Miss Tasmin.
We do have our calendar that's on the website that will be able to tell everybody when we're on, what time we're on, and whether it's Hobby Maker or whether it's with me on Carnation Crafts TV.
There you go. So everything is there for you. So do make sure you tune in. Thank you to everybody again. And I'm so grateful that you've got your clean and simple range. And I will see you soon. So take care. See you in a while. Bye-bye.